Oh, hey there, superwomens of the world. I am going to turn myself into Spider-Woman today. One of my faves. I love Spider-Man. So we're going to apply some contour and highlight, of course. I do this in like so many tutorials, so I'm going to skip that part because this is a lengthy tutorial. So I'm going to add this color called Neptune, and this is by Makeup Geek. And we're going to place this all over our lash line, patting on the color as much as possible because the color doesn't come up as pigmented as I'd like it. But that's like normal, so really. And then we're going to go in with a color, and this is from the Dark Matter stack of the Melted Shadows. Those are awesome shadows, by the way. This is the red color. And I'm going to place this in the crease. And it does look strange until you get it all together, and then it makes sense. So what I'm doing is just kind of winging it upwards and out so that it looks very cat-like, if that makes sense. It's kind of typical of me, right? I do this in every tutorial. Really make that area dark. You want to really pack on that color. Then we're going to use a color by Violet Voss. Actually, not color, sorry. Glitter by Violet Voss. And this one is called Bailey. And we're going to pack on that glitter onto that lid. Pack it, girl. And I'm going to blend out to make that cut crease a little bit. Add some winged liner. I'm using L'Oreal Liquid Lash. What am I saying? Liquid eyeliner. It does get a little bit crooked because it's liquid liner on top of glitter. So basically I was off frame while doing this, silly me. I'm going to create these kind of rectangles around my eyes with white, and I'm using the NYX white stick in Milk, the jumbo stick, and then we're going to outline that with Mehron Paradise Paint in black, and then fill that in with another Mehron Paradise Paint in the brighter red color. Not the dark one, but the brighter red. I can't exactly remember what the name is. We're going to make this mask on our face. So we're going to create this little area underneath where it turns into sort of a mask-like. And we'll make it more realistic looking in a minute. Sorry I go off frame so much. I'm not really aware of where my surroundings are most of the time. So really pack on that red. Get it right up into your hairline. Yeah, I had this in my hair for weeks. So keep pulling that in there. And yes, I wash my hair. It just stained a little bit in my hairline, but that's all right. That's the price you get to pay for being a makeup artist. The best way to do this is just to keep going while it's wet, because as many coats as you can and make it really opaque. And then just keep going. Underneath that mask-like, you're going to create a black line. And I'm sorry, I totally cut myself off while I was doing this. So basically you want to create these lines on your face like I did here. And then make a spider effect going like a U shape in between those lines. If you want, pause it here and see what I am doing. It shouldn't be too hard. Connect those lines to your mask. And then just wing those. Now on the bottom, I'm kind of changing the shape and going the opposite way. So I followed the U around my face and it changed shape, if that makes any sense to you guys. But it doesn't show too much on the bottom, so really you can do what you want. Now we're gonna blend that out. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking a brush and I'm just blending that area, just basically going over it with like a clean brush, and it will make that blending effect. You don't really need to put too much effort into it. It just does it automatically. So basically we're going to add some white as a highlight on top, and then we're going to do the same thing, like taking a dry brush and dragging it over top of everything, because it will blend it together and make it look more realistic and highlighted. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So I'm just blending in that white, and then we're going to take a bigger brush and go over top of everything. And then we're going to add in little areas where the red has kind of faded out. As you can see here, there's nothing on my brush. I'm literally just blending it all together because it makes it look more realistic when you do this. It really comes to life. So I'm adding in little areas where I want more pops of red, mainly in the areas that are bigger, so like the middle areas there. And we're going to use that bright red and just add in a little more pops here and there to really make the whole mask come to life. If you do go out with this on, make sure you seal it with like a bend knife final seal. Make sure you blend on the bottom as well. We're going to use Sad Girl by Anastasia Beverly Hills as a lipstick. You can really use any kind of red. It would literally work with everything. I just like this one because it's kind of a darker red. And you're finished. Happy Halloween, ghouls. Make sure to hashtag me on Instagram if you do recreate this.